This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
It's an interesting time in the business because you would think, you know, conventional wisdom would say, well, wow, the WWF beat ECW and they beat WCW and now they're standing all alone and they got all this talent. Business must be through the roof. And that is not the case. And of course, we know the next year TNA would try their best to be an alternative and to varying degrees of success. I mean, I think at their height, they were doing more than 2 million people watching every week on TV, but they just never really built the same fanfare and rabid fan base that WWE did. And now, of course, in a more modern era, we're seeing AEW take a stab at it. But there's been a lot of talk lately, Jim, with all the new releases from Ring of Honor and all of the new releases from WWE between last year and this year, that perhaps now, more than ever, they're ripe for a new company to emerge. Would you be surprised to see another company put together and try to make a run at the big time?
Oh, probably not. But the whole thing centers around, do you have a television clearance that
Right.
people can find and utilize? It's all about talent and television. There's enough talent out there, and you can control how you use them for the talent issue to be not the biggest problem. But if you don't have a strong television clearance, then it's not going to, all you're going to do is spend somebody's money. So when you and Jeff Jarrett do your company, make sure you got a good clearance that airs every week at the same time.
Will you stop? That's not happening. Don't believe everything you see online.
Somebody asked me about that, and I said, I can't speak for Jeff. Jeff might be for it. I don't know. He's a wrestling guy. Conrad is a businessman.
I'm not doing it. Yes.
Conrad is not going to spend money on a brand new wrestling promotion.
No, sir.
But you're right. Somebody will try, no doubt about it, if they can get a television clearance.
It's just interesting. You know, you hear lots of theories about this company wants that streaming and that company wants this streaming. Maybe there's a streaming opportunity, but with all of this talent, you know, and don't get me wrong, it is high fives all around for a lot of those guys who feel like they weren't being rewarded creatively. But I do wonder, with this new influx between the Ring of Honor roster and so many from the WWE roster, how that will affect the indies, because there's only so many jobs in wrestling to go around.
It's going to strengthen the indies.
Yes.
They're going to have the opportunity that their pool of, their pool of talent has increased enormously. So I would say it's a great thing for the indies. It's giving them talents to book that they heretofore didn't have the opportunity to do. And I think that's great, because the indie success is just good for the business. You know, it's just good for the business, Conrad. The wrestling business, obviously, I'm referring to.
Is there anybody that you're familiar with their work in Ring of Honor that you think would be a good fit in AEW? You know, somebody like the Briscoes. I mean, we just saw Jay Lethal come over, but do you think there'll be anyone else that really catches your attention?
I'm a big fan of the Briscoes. So the Briscoes to me is a no-brainer to add to our tag team division, whether it happens or not. You know, I don't know what those two brothers, those two chicken farmers want to do, but I love their work.
Me too.
They're unique and they're different. I think I don't want to offend anybody in Ring of Honor, but I think we got the top of the food chain there with Jay Lethal.
Oh, Lethal was tremendous. Yeah. Great hire.
His first match with Sammy Guevara was absolutely outstanding. And he's a guy that's young enough to still get it done. This is a great opportunity for him.
Who's more excited about Lethal or some of the guys in the back who are going to make him do Macho Man on command? I bet Arn Anderson is tickled with his Macho Man, if I had to guess.
He does a real good Ric Flair impersonation.
Oh yeah, he does.
And a real good Macho Man impersonation. He's a very creative guy, is Jay Lethal. I'm really glad we have him. I think he's going to add a lot of maturity, experience, and talent to what we're doing. He could be a babyface or a heel. He can enhance anybody he's working with, which is always very, very important, especially when you got a young roster like we do, by and large, at AEW. So I'm glad we got him. But The Briscoes would be a good choice, Conrad, because of the tag teams that we had. They would fit really well in there.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.